We've got a bunch of new Call of Duty information to cover in this video. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is now officially confirmed. It's going to be made by Treyarch, and apparently it's going to be the biggest zombies experience we've ever had. Those are their words, not mine. We'll break that down in just a second. We also got a blog post with more information of new features coming to Modern Warfare 3, and we got a Modern Warfare 2 patch with a bunch of new fixes, buffs, and nerfs. We're going to be covering everything in this video as quick as possible that we can watch it and get right back into game. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to unlock that subscribe button. So starting off, we got a bunch of confirmed maps coming to Modern Warfare 3. This is coming from the unknown caller phone number. You can see on screen, this is every launch map that was in the original Modern Warfare 2. All of these will be in Modern Warfare 3 at launch. High Rise, Subbase, East 8, Terminal, Wasteland, Afghan, Rust, Underpass, Invasion, Karachi, Quarry, Skid Row, Scrapyard, Rundown, Favela, Derail. Some of these maps are great. Some of these maps are a little bit big for today's standard. I really hope we see combat pacing from Vanguard return in this game. I think this would be the best of the both worlds. We have these old OG iconic maps, but we'll also be able to play them at their original pace at 6v6, but then we'd also be able to play them a little bit faster pace. Some of these maps would do really well in 20v20. Quarry would probably be a good 20v20 map. So hopefully they bring back that feature, which was in Sledgehammer's last game. And next, it is now 100% confirmed that Modern Warfare 3 is going to have zombies. This is coming from Prestigious Key on Twitter. He texted the unknown caller saying zombies, and this is what they gave him in reply. So yeah, just an audio file, but that's clearly zombies. And if you needed more proof, this also came out from Call of Duty on Twitter today. They gave us a blog post, which we're going to dive into in just a second. Experience new open combat missions in campaign, an evolution of the multiplayer experience. Then here it is. Zombies. And Treyarch replied to this. You can see it, Modern Warfare Zombies. This was a Treyarch reply, which to me, this means that the zombies mode is going to be developed by Treyarch, which we kind of already knew that. They did it for Vanguard Zombies as well. And most of the time in the newer COD games, when zombies gets involved, Treyarch usually has a hand in it. Just like with ranked play, when ranked play gets added to a Call of Duty, Treyarch kind of takes over the helm and does that. So we already knew zombies was coming to this game, but it is now 1000% confirmed, and they do talk about it a little bit more in the blog post. The first thing they talk about is the Shadow Siege limited time event that starts tomorrow in Modern Warfare 2. On Al Mazrah, you're going to have to complete this mission. They haven't given us a ton of information on it yet, but it does start tomorrow, and I will be streaming when it goes live. We're going to complete it and unlock all the different rewards, which they did give us a sneak peek at. So you're going to be able to get a tier skip for your battle pass. You're going to be able to get this emblem right here. You're going to be able to get the Crimson Sound calling card, this vehicle skin for the heavy chopper. You're going to be able to get the gas canister charm and the brand new AR, the M13C, which is quite a bit like the M13B, but a little bit different. And this event only lasts for 2 days. So you're going to have to go in, get this weapon as soon as possible. I am sure after this event ends, there's going to be some challenge you're going to be able to do in game to unlock it. That's how all the battle pass weapons are. The crossbow, which was an event like this, that became unlockable normally afterwards. So if you do miss out on the event, if you have to work or you're out of town, don't worry. I'm sure there will be some way to unlock it. But if you want to get your first hands on this AR as quick as possible, you're going to have to complete in that event. We don't know how you beat it yet, but I will be streaming it tomorrow and we'll find out. Then they talk about kind of their vision for this game. It was really never planned to be DLC. They planned it from the start to be a continuation of Modern Warfare 2, coming right out with all this stuff carrying over. Take that for what you will. Each title release represents an epic experience that stands on its own in terms of unique gameplay and innovation. Modern Warfare 3, however, pays off what previous titles have set up. It's poisoned to settle old schoolers and start new ones. With back-to-back premium releases, we're truly feared for what the future holds for Modern Warfare and Call of Duty. While tomorrow is only the beginning, our teams have set their sights to create an incredible premium annual game experience across campaign, multiplayer, and cooperative modes, as well as deep integration with Call of Duty Warzone. A few highlights that we're most excited about. For the first time ever, a direct sequel back-to-back years delivering an all-new campaign that marks the return of Makarov. With Carry Forward, players can continue to enjoy their inventory and weapon progression from last year's Modern Warfare 2 into this new game. Did someone say zombies? More information coming soon on the new Modern Warfare Zombies, the largest zombies offering to date. So there is a lot to unpack in this one little blurb here, and as a zombie fan, I'm excited, but I'm also skeptical. One, just seeing the term Modern Warfare Zombies, kind of mind-blowing to me, because Modern Warfare is huge iconic name associated with Call of Duty, but we've never had Modern Warfare Zombies. The only Infinity Ward game to have zombies was Infinite Warfare, and that wasn't a Modern Warfare game. So this is going to be the first for a few things. One, it's the first time we've seen zombies in the Modern Warfare universe, so going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But the most exciting thing out of everything we just said here is this next line. The largest zombies offering to date. Yeah, so from the rumors we've heard, this is going to be an Outbreak style mode. So there's not going to be round based, at least per what the rumor suggests. And I personally don't think there's going to be round based either. But with all of that, they're calling this the largest zombies offering to date. When I first saw this, the first thing that popped in my head is that the map we're going to be playing on is going to be the biggest map so far. The rumors are saying that these are going to take place on the same maps that DMZ is taking place on. So this might just mean that you're going to be playing zombies on Al Mazrah, which would technically be true. That would be the largest zombies offering to date, because Al Mazrah would be by far the biggest zombies map we've ever had. Yes, Outbreak maps were big, but if you compare Outbreak maps to the size of Al Mazrah is a lot bigger. So this could mean a lot of different things. This is a marketing term here. This doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be the most zombies content we've ever got. It doesn't mean it's going to just be layered and layered with a ton of content. It might just mean that the map is really big, which would kind of, you know, align with the evidence we've already seen and the rumors we've heard that this is going to be played on Al Mazrah. But I guess we'll just have to wait to see. I really hope this is a massive step up from Vanguard Zombies. The last zombies iteration we got was Vanguard, and I feel like a lot of people were really underwhelmed with it. So they're coming in with big marketing terms right here, calling it the largest zombies offering to date, and I really hope they're able to back this up. You guys know we'll be covering zombies a lot when it comes out, even for Vanguard, a game that I wasn't a huge fan of. I still covered it pretty heavily, so we're going to be doing the same whether or not it's, you know, the best zombies game ever, or if it's another Vanguard. We'll be keeping you guys up to date regardless. But wait, there's more. This next paragraph has a ton of new information, new open combat missions in campaign. Some people are assuming this means the campaign's going to be open world. To me, that doesn't sound realistic. I just don't think we'll ever see an open world COD campaign. I think it's going to be like Cold War and Infinite Warfare, where there were some side missions that you could choose to do, and when you did those missions, you could kind of choose at any point in time. They weren't in chronological order. So that's what I assume it's going to be, or something close to that. New combat vest and perk system for customizing your multiplayer operator. This aligns with the leaks that we heard, that different perks were going to kind of change the gear set that you were rocking. That's interesting. These are kind of vague and don't give us a ton of information, but everything we're talking about in this paragraph, I am sure they're going to elaborate more on in a different blog post as we get closer to launch. New tack stance movement. So yes, there are going to be some movement changes. New aftermarket parts for unparalleled gunsmith and customization and more. So right now in Modern Warfare 2, it has the most complex, customizable, and complicated gunsmith we've ever seen in COD. You've got tuning for all the different attachments, tons and tons of different attachments for each weapon. On Modern Warfare 3, they're building upon this and adding a whole nother level to it. Aftermarket parts. Do we know what these are going to do? Not necessarily. I assume they're going to be a little bit different than the normal parts you have. How are you going to get them? I'm not sure. Maybe additional levels on the weapon, or I don't know. They don't go too detailed to it, but the gunsmith is adding a new level when it comes to Modern Warfare 3, and that's going to be in the form of aftermarket parts. Like I said a second ago, everything covered in this, I'm sure we'll get a blog post that explains more as we get closer to launch. This next paragraph, they're talking about the COD HQ. From this point on, all of the new Call of Duty releases, everything's going to be under one launcher. That's Call of Duty HQ. So when Modern Warfare 3 comes out, you're still going to be launching the same application. And from that application, you can play DMZ, Warzone, the new Zombies experience, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. This way, there's not a bunch of different ways to launch it like we saw with Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2019. Everything's just going to be under COD HQ, and this is how Call of Duty is going to do things in the future. Then they've got some new additions to the Anti Cheat, as well as new anti-toxicity plans to continue to deliver a fun, fair, and welcoming online experience for all players. And we're also getting a roadmap of post-launch live sessions and additional new content starting tomorrow and the weeks to come. We'll unpack a ton more information. So like I was talking, a bunch of blog posts going into more detail. On top of all of this in the blog post, we also got an update for Modern Warfare 2 today. In these patch notes, there's a ton of different weapon buffs and nerfs that I didn't expect to see. The first thing listed here, yes, this was necessary for the Shadow Siege event, so that's part of this patch, is adding those files into the game. Weapon tuning. The benefit of tuning for recoil control related stats has been reduced slightly. So if you're tuning your weapon to get rid of recoil control, it's going to be slightly less effective than what it was prior to this update. We've got a ton of different bug fixes here. These aren't super important, so we're going to go past them really quickly. There was an issue with the battle pass. That's been fixed. There was an exploit that allowed players to drop shot immediately. They'd immediately go prone. You probably saw people doing this on Twitter. Pretty strong. They have fixed that. There was an issue with Akimbo for the F-Tac Siege, some invisible objects with lethals, keybind things, buttons for preview and quick equip, an issue with the Tonfa where the melee conditions were outdated, some issues with Simtexes. Then there was an issue with the battle buddy, so Gwen, and it would cause an error. So that's all the bug fixes. Nothing too crazy here. Now we've got the weapons. The following weapons and attachment changes are reflected in Warzone only. So this isn't for Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer. This is for DMZ, Resurgence, and Battle Royale. Chimera. This got a buff here. FR Advancer. Max damage range decreased. Close mid damage increase. So it's going to be doing less damage at range, more damage close range, which it was already pretty brutal close range. Lockman got a headshot multiplier increase, so the Lockman 556 is going to be doing more damage. M16 got a buff. The F-Tac Recon maximum damage increase, so the F-Tac Recon got a buff as well. Lockman 762 limb damage multiplier increase, so it also got a buff. SO14 head damage multiplier increase, neck damage multiplier increase, so the SO14 getting a buff here too, which I already think the SO14 is pretty solid. So I don't know, this is definitely going to be a contender to try out in DMZ. The TAC V, this one got a pretty big nerf here. This is one of the go-to weapons in Warzone right now. You can see all of these are decreased. This was overall just a pretty big nerf for it, but sometimes when they list a bunch of stuff like this, it doesn't have a massive effect. So maybe it's still usable, maybe not. Marksman rifles, the Lockwood MK2, this got a pretty big buff here. Shotguns, the Expedite got a buff. Lockwood 300, this one also got a buff, so maybe the 725 might be back. The original Doof shotgun might be an issue for DMZ and Warzone once again. MX Guardian, maximum damage increased, close to mid-range damage increased, mid to far range damage decreased. So yes, the new full auto shotgun did get a buff, and it also got a nerf. At close range and mid-range, it is going to be better, but at mid-range to far range, it's going to be doing less damage. So it's going to be even more brutal at close range. Although I'm going to be honest, when playing Building 21, I think the KV broadside was still just better. The KV is hard to contend with. So maybe after this newest buff and nerf, this might be better than the KV broadside at close range, but I have a feeling the KV broadside is still just going to be the best. We've got SMGs here. The Fennec got a buff, which this used to be a top. This was the best SMG to use in Warzone for a while, so maybe it might be back up there. The Signal 50 got a nerf, and I saw a lot of people asking for this to get nerfed, so neck damage multiplier decreased, upper torso damage multiplier decreased as well. We've got some changes for attachments for the ISO Hemlock. The Blackout rounds have had their close to mid-range damage decreased and their mid damage decreased. Then we've got bug fixes. These are Warzone bug fixes here. Fix an issue preventing some players from entering DMZ. Fix an issue for some PS4 players experiencing game freeze in certain sections of Al Mazrah. Fix an issue where buy station icons would display the TAC map during Battle Royale pre-lobby. Fix an issue in DMZ where the TAC map image could display on ground near the quarry. Fix an issue where players could become stuck in an ATV near a UAV tower in DMZ. Fix an issue that caused the player screen to remain affected by the plutonium element despite not being near it. Fix an issue where players could be kicked for being idle on Vondel lockdown. Fix an issue in Warzone ranked where the top 250 button was locked. So that is everything that came in the patch today. I know we kind of brushed over a lot of this really quickly, mainly because you can see it on screen if you want to read through all the specifics of the buffs and nerfs. All I really told you was whether the weapon got a buff or a nerf, but the full patch notes, as always, will be linked below if you want to take a look at it for yourself. If you guys want to stay fully up to date with anything related to Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, whether it's zombies, DMZ, multiplayer, we're going to be covering it all, and it is getting close, boys. We're getting really close to the launch of the game. There's going to be so much information. We're probably going to get big news every single week. So if you want to see more of that, make sure to unlock the sub button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.